All right, folks, I'm going to try to do this really quick because I don't want to keep you on the screen too long. James at Eagle Ballistics and Eagleman Long Range Shooting School. So right now we're going to quickly talk about PRS with the Eagle Ballistics app. First of all, go ahead and go to Devices, connect your tools, in this case the Tracked Rangefinder or the Revic Rangefinder, whatever you're using. I'm going to connect the ultrasonic Calypso wind meter. I have it facing north, so you'll notice I have relative to true north turned on. That way it knows it's facing north and you don't have to worry about it. Click on the HUD, go to the gear in the upper left, click on multi-target. I'm not going to go over moving targets at this point, but you can see I have one target on this lane, all right? To make more lanes, click the folder in the upper left, hit the plus, make as many as you want, or go to eagleballistics.com and there's a QR code. Push with your thumb in the center and it'll drop in 25 lanes, all right, or stages. So I'll name this stage 1. I'm just going to do 2 stages real quick, and then the next one is stage 2, just for this demonstration. Now you notice there's only one target. If I click to the far right, it drops in 6. This does 6 targets, all right? Slide it left. Let's say I only got 4 targets on the next lane. Boom, there we go. Okay, I'm going to go back to stage 1. So because we're connected to the ballistic rangefinder like the Tracked or again the Revic or one of the other ones, whatever I decide to range, it's going to drop that range in. You can see I just ranged by holding this and it dropped in a range of 29 yards. It got the inclination and it got the compass direction. Let's click on the next target. Let's say that target's over that way. So there it goes, dropped in there. Next target's over here. Okay, next target's over here. You kind of see where I'm going with this. And let's say the last target is over this way. Try to get something a little bit further. And not much, 131 yards. So every time I range a target, it drops in compass, inclination, and it drops in the range. And up top is where you name it, name the targets, whatever you want to name, so on and so forth. Remember, the white box means that's the one you're working on. All right, so we're done with that. We got all our target information. We want to connect to the Calypso Mini. Well, click on meter because you're already connected. You can see the wind is 3 mile an hour, 2.9 coming from 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock from the target you're highlighted on. Let's say that the wind is coming from behind us, which it is, and it's coming from our first target. See, the wind's coming from 4:30, the Calypso's live. This has relative wind just like the rangefinder does. If I push and hold, you'll see an orange block pop up. So what that does is it locks it in and says, okay, the wind you got was coming from this target, and as I transition to a new target, it's going to remember where the wind was coming from initially, and you can see here the wind's coming from 5 o'clock, now 3 o'clock, because it's live. Let's lock it so it doesn't move. And the next target the wind's coming from 6, the next target the wind's coming from 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 10. Now if I unlock this, it's going to go live, and anytime the wind changes, it's going to basically readjust. So to get out of relative wind, push and hold and turn it off. The other thing is wind variance. Let's say that the wind is gusting. I'll put in a 3 mile an hour variance. You can see it's giving us a high wind. I'm going to do something real quick, guys, because I'm going to physically type in a range so it's further. And you can see this better because I just can't get far range here, 620 yards. But on the first 2 targets, you can see that it's telling me, because I put in a 3 mile an hour variance, as the wind picks up and then slows down, it's saying, well, I got a variance of 3 mile an hour, so it's giving me a high wind, the standard wind, and then the low wind. So if you're on a stage and you can feel the wind pick up at the target you're shooting, you're going to go with the high wind, and if you feel it drop, then you can go down to the low wind. All right, so let's say I got 25 stages. So a whole squad's there, everybody's running Eagle Ballistics. Click on the folder, click on the 9 squares and the QR code. That QR code, if they hold their phone over it, if you email or text it to them, it will drop in every single target information for each one of the lanes and stages you have. They don't have to do it. I charge them for that because that's a lot of work. All right, anyway, that's how you do it. By the way, to get rid of the stages, go back to the folder, click delete and delete all, and it cleans everything up. All right, hopefully that makes sense on how to run Eagle Ballistics for PRS. Eagle Ballistics does 2 other things I'm not going to get into right now because I've already made this video way too long. Is it will do average wind, it'll average out the wind speed, and the other thing it does is it will do moving targets. All right, have a great day and enjoy the app.